Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for attending the symposium today. My name is Nicole Cotta. I work for Aire, and today I will be joined by Craig Huff, who is our Senior Technical Manager here at Aire. I want to say a big thank you and congratulations to the entire Sulabsa team on their 33rd anniversary and for inviting us today to participate in their celebration. So today we will be talking about proficiency testing for air and emissions analyses and how these types of tests and analytical work can help lead to a cleaner and a healthier air for all of us to enjoy. So why do we perform air and emissions proficiency testing? Well, clean air is essential for everything on our planet, humans, animals, and plant life. And unfortunately, mainly because of human activity, we have polluted our air, which causes some undesirable impacts on our health and on our environment. And by regular monitoring and testing of the air and some of the parameters, this can be helpful to aid in air remediation efforts. So today we will do a short introduction. I will do a short introduction on Aire and our partnership with Sulabsa. We will talk about who we are and who do we serve. And then I will hand it over to Craig Huff, and he will walk us through why we do air and emissions testing and what are some of the products that Aire offers for this, for laboratories to help manage their quality program and become more proficient and achieve their accreditation goals. So first, a little bit of history on Aire. We began our business in 1977. So we are getting close to 50 years. In 2006, we became part of Waters Corporation, and we operate out of Colorado in the USA. And then also we have a manufacturing team in Wexford, Ireland. And really our products and the value that we bring to our customers is related to proficiency tests and certified reference materials. So we are primarily focused on environmental proficiency tests and CRMs, and we have over 50 PT studies in 8 different matrices every year. And we serve laboratories around the world. So we support over 13,000 laboratories in 80 countries. We issue over 14,000 proficiency testing reports every year, and we analyze and calculate the statistics on over 630,000 data points every year. We also provide certified reference materials for total organic carbon testing, and that is primarily used by pharmaceutical customers and laboratories. So our primary market of laboratories that we serve are environmental in nature, and they do testing for water pollution or soil pollution. They test the cleanliness of our drinking water, and obviously we provide tests for air pollution, and that will be our focus today. We also support some customers in the food and beverage testing. Now, for our business, accreditation is critical, and meeting the quality standards is essentially our license to do business, just like it is for your laboratories as well. So ERA holds several ISO quality standards, such as ISO 9001 and 17025. We also hold ISO 17034, which is related to the production and competence of providing certified reference materials. And finally, we also hold ISO 17043, and this relates to our ability to administer proficiency tests. We have one other quality standard called the NELAC Institute, TNI, and this is related and required to administering proficiency tests in the United States. So really, the products and the services that we offer are designed to help environmental testing laboratories meet their accreditations and to improve their quality programs. And in our mind, the keys to laboratory performance or laboratory quality are related to the quality and the integrity of the standards that are used. So if you look at the pyramid on the right, we have, the foundation is really the calibration standards that are used to calibrate your instruments and relate that to analyte concentration. On top of that, you will see that we have certified reference materials, and these are designed to be used to confirm your process performance, from when you get samples into your lab to when you analyze them and then calculate the data and issue reports. And finally, at the very top of the pyramid is proficiency testing. And this is an independent third-party confirmation of your processes in your lab, and it compares you to your peers in your industry. So some other ways that ERA assists our customers is with an informatics platform that is used for proficiency testing called eData. We also, when you submit your results for your proficiency test, we return the data and the reports within 10 business days. And then if you are not able to wait for a scheduled study, or you need to add something to your scope of accreditation, we offer a type of proficiency test called quick response. And that is essentially a proficiency test on demand. And for us, it's really, when you put all these things together, this is how we help laboratories manage their quality program at their facility. So these are the matrices in which we provide proficiency tests. Today, we are going to focus exclusively on air pollution testing. And so we will come to this in a little bit. And then just some things to think about. Every year, we publish a proficiency testing schedule. You can access that via our website, where we list the start date and the end date of each study. For a proficiency testing sample, the recipe is the same. However, the concentration of the analytes or the ingredients that we put into the standard, those change with every study or with every lot. And we can only send PT results once the study has closed and we calculate all the results. And one of the other important things that has become very clear over the last 2 years as we have gone through struggles with the pandemic is that we are not allowed to accept late data. That is part of our ISO 17043 accreditation, that we must include, or we must end the study on the specific date. And now my light has turned off. Saving energy, saving the planet. So a PT product is actually, it's a combination of the actual product that we ship for testing. So an air canister, a gas cylinder, or a filter paper, something like that. But then it's also the report, and that has the real value for the laboratories that we support.
Thanks, Nicole. My name is Craig Huff, and I'm the Senior Technical Manager here at Aire. And I'm going to just go over a little more detail and insight into our air and emissions reference materials and PT product offerings. So I'm going to start off with just a brief history here. EPA Air and Emissions Program was originally designed and implemented in 1963 with the U.S. Clean Air Act. And currently, there are no regulated U.S. national PT programs for air and emissions in the U.S., although several states do require laboratories to conduct and test for air proficiency testing. ERA's air and emissions reference materials, just so everybody knows, they're ISO 17034 and 17025 accredited, which means that for certified reference materials and for the testing that we do to verify those reference materials, we're fully accredited for each of these products. Our air standards are made for specific US EPA methods. If you are using another method, it should be at least equivalent to the referenced US EPA air method that you can find available on our website and in our instructions for PTs and reference materials. So to assess method equivalency and product compatibility, it's pretty important that you compare the analytical technologies used and against the product concentration ranges that we make these products to. You don't want to have a product that's, you test a product that you don't have the sensitivity to quantitate at the level that it's at. In this slide, I'll just give you a quick example of kind of the complexity of what a typical inorganic air sampling train looks like. And this is what the testers out in the field, when they're taking the samples of stacks and emission point sources, this is kind of what it looks like. It's a series of impingers with a continuous flow rate where you also meter the flow rate and you capture the total volume that the train takes from the sampling point. So it's pretty complex. Just so you know, our impinger solutions are designed to kind of emulate the samples that you would receive from a sample train. So they're not actually samples from a sample train where it's taken from a point source or from a pressurized canister. So our impinger solutions typically come in a 15 mil screw cap vial. It's a concentrate that are diluted 5 mils to 1,000 mils for the final sample. The 1,000 mil or 1 liter sample is the sample you use to test from and report to. The vials do contain enough concentrate for the laboratories to do at least 2 separate dilutions. Okay. Our particulate matter in impinger solution is a whole volume sample. It's a 250 mil bottle. And this is ready to use as received. There's no dilution required. And several of the products to be reported, the units are in milligram per dry standard cubic meter units. And for the purposes of reporting and comparing your results to our certified values, you have to assume that it's 1.0 dry standard cubic meter. I'm going to go in a little detail by product now for each of our impinger solutions, just to kind of give you a little more detail on what they consist of and what they look like. So in our catalog 1026, 1126, and that's PT and CRM catalog numbers separate. That's our metals and impinger solution, and it's primarily designed for US EPA method 29. With the concentration ranges between 0.05 and 25 micrograms per mil. The methodologies that this best used for this product are AA, ICP, or ICP-MS. Our catalog 1028 and 1128 mercury in impinger The concentration range on that, and this is important, 0.9 to 200 nanograms per mil. And that's designed for analysis by cold vapor AAA or atomic fluorescence spectroscopy. Lead in Impingers solution is designed for EPA method 12. That concentration range is 0.2 to 120 micrograms per mil. And again, AA, ICP, and ICP-MS technologies are what it's designed to be used for. Our hexavalent chromium standard is designed for methods 61 or 7199. It's designed primarily for spectrophotometry, colorimetric methods, or ion chromatography. Our catalog number 1040, 1140 are hydrogen halides and halogens in Impinger solution, designed for methods 26 and 26A. And those concentration ranges are 5 to 500 milligram per liter. This product is designed for analysis by ion chromatography primarily. Our fluoride in Impinger solution samples are designed for methods 13A, 13B, and 14. The concentration range is 1 to 50 milligram per dry standard cubic meter. The analysis is designed for this one is ion-specific electrode or colorimetric spectrophotometry. This sample is not going to probably work very well for ion chromatography methods. Now, the next sample is our oxides of nitrogen Impinger solution. This one's kind of a tricky one. If you have any questions about how to report this or what actual oxides are combined to make up our certified values, please just reach out and contact us, or you can refer to EPA method 7 for more specific details. This one tends to be the more confusing product to report your analytical results for. This sample must be digested, or else you will not be able to develop color if you're using a colorimetric method. Our sulfur dioxide in Impinger solution samples are designed for EPA methods 6 or 8. The concentration range again is 5 to 2,000 milligram per dry standard cubic meter. And this is designed for titrometric methods and or ion chromatography. Our sulfuric acid in Impinger solution is designed for around EPA method 8. The concentration range on this one is 5 to 150 milligram per dry standard cubic meter. And this one also can be used for titrometric or IC methods. Our ammonia in Impinger solution is designed around EPA CTM 027. The concentration range is 0.1 to 10 milligram per liter. Again, this is an ammonia sample, not a nitrogen. Analysis is by ion chromatography or ion-specific electrode. Our particulate matter in Impinger solution is designed around EPA method 5, and it's all iterations within that method. The concentration range is 140 to 675 milligram per liter of particulate matter. And this is purely a gravimetric analysis, that design sample. Let's talk a little bit about our filters now. We have a few filter samples that are basically, they're all 47 millimeter tissue quartz filters. And the filters are placed inside a petri dish, and that's just to protect them from damage during shipment and to keep them from absorbing moisture and everything during the shipment and storage. For all filters except particulate matter, the whole filter must be digested to get an appropriate result, and you got to use the appropriate digestion technique that's specified in our instructions. The particulate matter sample also contains a tare weight on the filter. Now, this is important because you have to subtract this tare rate from your measured weight before you report your result. Otherwise, you're going to be reporting a result that is too high. Our catalog 1025, which is our metals on filter, this is designed around EPA method 29. The concentration ranges for this is 10 to 350 microgram per filter, depending on the element. So again, designed for AA, ICP, or ICP-MS technologies, and I should note that you need to digest the entire filter. A mercury-ion filter is designed around EPA method 29, or you can use 101A. The sample is a concentrate, but it's accompanied by a blank filter. The filter must be spiked with the concentrate we provide prior to digestion. The concentration range after digestion should be 1 to 75 micrograms per filter. And again, you don't need to be concerned with the weights on this one for the final mass. Just it's per filter. The analysis for this sample is typically performed by cold vapor atomic emission and atomic absorption and or atomic fluorescence spectrometry. Our lead-on filter paper is designed around EPA method 12. It's 20 to 350 micrograms per filter. This one is designed for use with AA, ICP, or ICP-MS methodologies. Our chromium-on filter is designed around CARB method 425. 1 to 20 micrograms per filter is the concentration range. And it's designed for analysis by IC or AA, ICP, or ICP-MS for chromium. And that's a total chromium, that's not a speciated. Catalog number 1050, particulate matter on filter, designed around EPA method 5. Again, all iterations within the method. The concentration ranges will vary from 50 to 600 milligram per filter. And this is designed for analysis by gravimetric techniques only. Our particulate matter on filter paper, we have a product note that specifically calls this out to remind people how to use it, and basically describes if you receive the product and it's got some crinkling or the edges look a little bit worn, this doesn't impact the performance of the product or the quality of the product. That's normal. It's an artifact of shipping and the filter bouncing around inside the Petri dish. So if you have any questions or concerns about the appearance of it when it arrives, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help you out and also provide you with a copy of this if you need it for your records. Let's jump into our organic air and emissions products. Various media and product types are available. We have a gas cylinder, which is a pressurized cylinder containing about 87 liters of gas at about 1,500 pounds per square inch upon arrival. You can transfer this sample to a SUMA canister prior to analysis if that's how you normally analyze it. We also have sorbent tubes. These tubes are client-specific and are not supplied with the sample, so you have to supply your own sorbent tubes. You'll spike the concentrate onto your tube prior to analysis. Common practice is you need to make sure that your sorbent tubes are clean and suitable for use for the methods that you're using. We have puff samples, which are polyurethane foam samples. And we do provide our puff samples, the puffs with the sample. These are designed for you to spike the concentrate onto the puff prior to your analysis. Go ahead and analyze and report it per the instructions that are supplied. For sorbent tubes and puff samples, our concentrate is a 2 mil flame-sealed ampule, and it will be supplied to be spiked onto your media, typically just before preparation and analysis. Our volatiles and gas cylinder was designed around EPA methods TO14 or TO15. Each lot that we manufacture this will contain a minimum of 10 of the 69 analytes that are on those lists for those methods. The sample can be introduced directly using a pressure reducing regulator, or as I mentioned earlier, you can transfer it into your own SUMA canister. Analysis can be be performed using GC or GCMS, ECD, or GCFID. Concentration range is 2 to 50 part per billion per volume. And that's for each analyte. Our semi-volatiles on puffs is designed around EPA method 0010. This will contain at least 42 of the 78 analytes from the list in that method. This is designed for analysis primarily by GCMS only. The concentration range for each analyte in this sample will be 10 to 225 micrograms per sample, and that varies with each lot. Our organochlorine pesticides on puff is designed around EPA methods 4A and 10A. They will consist of 16, a minimum of at least 16 of the 20 analytes from the list of analytes in those methods. And this is designed for use with GCMS or GC-ECD technologies. The concentration range for these products is 1 to 20 micrograms per sample. We also have a PCB on puffs. This is designed around EPA method 4A and 10A as well. It will contain 1 Aire chlor from the list of 7 that are presented in those methods. This is designed for analysis by GCMS. The concentration range for the PCBs are 2 to 10 micrograms per sample. Our PAHs on puffs are designed for around EPA method TO13A. This will contain at least 4 of the 15 analytes specified in that method, and it's again designed for GCMS technologies with a concentration range of 10 to 200 micrograms per sample. Our volatiles on sorbent that's designed around method TO17, method 30, or method 31. It will contain at least 24 of the 76 analytes from those lists. And again, this product is designed for GC-ECD or GCMS technologies with a concentration range of 50 to 200 nanograms per sample. We also have an aldehydes and ketones on sorbent product. This is designed for EPA method TO11A. It's going to contain at least 4 of the 15 analytes from that method. And this is designed primarily for use by HPLC technologies. The concentration ranges for this product is 0.5 to 10 micrograms per sample. A brief summary of what we've just covered here today is ERA is your partner in quality. We strive to be that for all of our customers. We are a leading worldwide proficiency testing provider. We conduct a large number of studies in multiple matrices, so not just for the air and emissions programs. We provide different PT evaluation criteria depending on whether it's an international product or it's a domestic product designed for EPA regulatory requirements. We try to ensure flexibility for testing labs, confidence in our data and statistics, and then we also have a quick response for immediate corrective action. So if you do have problems in a normal PT study, or you do need to have, you're under very tight time constraints, you can contact us. We offer quick response products for virtually every product we make. Our air and emissions PT and CRMs can be used to meet regulatory requirements. They're a critical tool for assessing your laboratory quality management and your laboratory testing systems. There's multiple various analyte classes and matrices available, as we've just covered. And we do have local support. We have deep technical and industry expertise with over 50 years combined expertise just in air and emissions testing. So I want to thank you for your time today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and touch base with us. We're happy to help. Thank you.